4, but it's a controlled drift right up to the wall. And next time you see the wall coming out of 4, you'll see he's not the only one to do that. The wall's been deteriorated over the years by cars slapping it.
DJ Kennington loses the 3rd spot to the 22 of Steckly.
Scott Steckly up into 3rd, looking stout in the Canadian Tire 22. Wow, look at him roll up on Don Thompson. He is quick.
That thing rolled the middle real well. Oh, Hugo Vanini around backwards, and we're under caution once again.
Yellow flag one more time, and Hugo Vanini's been involved in a few of them. Tough night. This is a difficult oval track. If you're not used to traveling, running different racetracks, Billy, Mosport is not the place to cut your teeth. We've got Todd down in the pits. Business is about to pick up.
Tremendous run so far by the 7 National Exhaust car, Pete Shepard. He'll get a splash of fuel this time and be back for tires further up pit road. Rubber already going on.
Right side tires going on the 4 of Don Thompson Jr. Remember last caution, he got fuel and a chassis adjustment.
Ron Beauchamp getting some fresh Goodyears as well. Look at how they get boxed in. Fitzpatrick coming into the pits later had to pull nose first, and you can see them backing up and having to wiggle around the other crews hard at work. It's a tricky pit road at Mosport, but there's going to be some great racing coming up, so come on back. Welcome back to Mosport Speedway. You're watching the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series on TSN. 134 laps complete. This restart will be with 65 laps to go, Billy. Kerry Micks on the point, Jeff Lapsevich on the outside as they battle down into turns 1 and 2.
Well, Lapsevich drove that thing deep into the corner to catch back up to Kerry Micks. It's going to cost him on the exit. Micks, he's going to take the lead.
Kerry Micks looking good down the backstretch as they fan out 3 wide going into turn 3. They get settled into 2 wide. Even that can be difficult at times.
Wow, Lapsevich hanging tough on the outside. I thought he'd fade once he got out there, but he's side by side with the 0-2.
Both these drivers with a number of laps on their tires. They did not pit under this yellow. Wow, Lapsevich loose through 1 and 2, but he keeps his foot on the gas. Still on the outside of Kerry Micks with the advantage into turn 3.
Wow, Jeffson Hold road racer. Whoa, 17 DJ Kennington gets tagged. Gets into the side of the 84 Fitzpatrick.
Our 2 players in the points battle getting together between 3 and 4, and DJ Kennington, the body, all moved over on the front end of that 17.
Oh, the front bumper got moved over 4, 5, maybe even 6 inches. It's hanging out the right-hand side, and he's got a small tire rub on the left front.
NASCAR's going to keep their eye on that, but how about this, Billy? 2 drivers side by side for the lead. They both tested here last week. You know who else was with the test? Pete Shepard in that 7, so 3 cars that have seen their share of the front of the racetrack.
Wow, listen to that NASCAR horsepower down the outside. 23 on the outside. Now Scott Steckly with the fresher rubber going to try and steal the spot. And look who's kitty by the door. Don Thompson Jr., that Home Hardware Chevrolet, hunting the front. He's watching all this banging and beating going on. Stay out of trouble there. The 22 goes around. The 4 veteran Don Thompson Jr. escapes the tragedy.
Boy, I want to see that again as we're on board with Hathaway trying to refire the number 3. The Steckly and Lapsevich bounced off each other a couple of times down the front stretch, Billy.
Wow, then the 22 of Scott Steckly gets turned around. A lap car goes across the nose. We'll get the replay here. Down into the corner. Steckly overcooks it, locks up the left front, starts to go around, is carried around by the 23, and he collects the 3 of Hathaway.
Jason Hathaway in the pits. Tyler Case and the rest of the Snap-on crew going to work. Pulled the hood off that car. Derek White, he was our VTEC free pass driver from the last caution. Now he'll take on tires, Billy, as the Steckly crew looking under the right front corner of that car.
Lap 143 in the books here. Kerry Micks going to bring him back to green one more time.
Jeff Lapsevich still out there. What are the chances the front end might be messed up on that 23 car, Billy?
I don't think he got tagged in the front end at all. It was kind of like into the door and then into the left rear corner, and around he went. Up through the gearbox, Mixie clean on the restart and gathers up the lead. Thompson comes in, puts the wood to the 23, and takes the spot away.
Lapsevich tried to close the door on Thompson, but Donnie was already quite a ways up. Jeff Lapsevich will settle into 3rd. Scott Steckly, a tough break for the Canadian Tire car. They've taken it behind the wall for repairs.
Wow, 3 wide down through the corner. There's lots of action on this restart.
Ron Beauchamp looking racy. He's to the inside of Jeff Lapsevich as one car further back, smoking the brakes into turn one. It's time to go. Just about 50 laps left. 54 laps to be exact, Billy. It's time to move.
She's a Saturday night summer shootout from here with about 50 laps to go. Nobody's going to leave anything on the table. DJ Kennington's got that left front tire hanging out in the wind, but it does not seem to have slowed that automobile down.
Don Thompson having a look under Kerry Micks. He knows Kerry's a fierce competitor.
Clear all around.
Susan Micks, car owner, wife, and spotter for Kerry Micks.
They're working to the outside. That's Derek White. It looks like something terribly wrong with the 99 car.
Well, they did pit and get tires on that last pit stop, but obviously something wrong with the 99 automobile.
Don Thompson chasing down Kerry Micks and looking tough. He could be biding his time to make the move, but they're racing hard. Todd's down in the pits with Scott Steckly.
Fellas, we tried to find out what the problem is with the 22 of Scott Steckly and just got a shrug of the shoulders. They're not really sure. They're focusing around the rear end of the car. Maybe it's a gear, maybe it's an axle problem. The two rear tires are off. They're trying to diagnose it. He was in the championship fight, but this is going to hurt severely after this result.
Side by side for the lead. Thompson down the inside of Kerry Micks. Beauchamp looking to follow him through as well. What a battle. Chevrolet, Dodge, Ford, right there. 1, 2, 3.
Old-time Saturday night racing right here at Mosport. We got a Dodge, a Chevrolet, and a Ford fighting for the lead, and all three of those guys are veterans in this series.
And look who's there running in fourth, J.R. Fitzpatrick. They've had a chance to work on that race car, get it dialed in. He's looking pretty stout as he gets to the inside of Kerry Micks as well.
And the 17, DJ Kennington, with that car all messed up. He's digging for the front. He's got to keep that 84 as we spoke about the opening. It's all about points here tonight. Keep your competitor in sight. Now, up till now, DJ Kennington has got the only bonus points so far. Fitzpatrick has not led a lap to pick up any bonus points. DJ has.
How much with the smoke coming from the front end be on the mind of DJ Kennington? Every time he gets hard on the brakes, smoke comes up from the bodywork, rubbing the tires, Billy.
It won't bother him at all. DJ's a veteran, and he knows that the fiberglass is softer than that right front rubber, and it'll chew its way through it, and the smoke will dissipate and stop.
And you know, we talk about, there's Pete Shepard on the inside of Jeff Lapsevich. He'll get boxed in by the lap car, Hugo Vanini. We talk about the pressure of the points. 21 cars racing here tonight at Mosport as they battle for sixth. What about next weekend in Montreal, Billy? There's going to be 34 cars anticipated at Montreal, and it's going to be live on August 29th on TSN.
Absolutely. One of our biggest races of the year down there in Montreal. The nationwide cars are there. And as you said, Adam, live on TSN. Don't miss a lap.
That'll be Sunday, August 29th, a little bit before noon. That race is scheduled to go off as part of the Nationwide Series. It's going to be exciting as we're on board with Kerry Micks. Looking at DJ Kennington, the reason we talked about Montreal, Billy, was points. Hugo Vanini around again. That's going to bring out a yellow. We'll talk about points in a little bit here as Hugo Vanini from Repentigny, Quebec, having his struggles here tonight at Mosport. It's going to be a wild finish. The laps are winding down. You're watching NASCAR on TSN. Welcome back to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series on TSN. We're getting ready for another restart as the laps wind down in the Dickies 200 here at Mosport, Billy. Green flag is in the air.
Up through the gearbox one more time. Thompson got a great jump down into turn one.
Whoa, trouble down into one. Kennington around. Pete Shepard goes around.
Shepard cautions breed cautions, Adam, that for sure. And we got now we got one on the fence on the backstretch as well.
The Tim Horton Chevy of Jeff Lapsevich looks like he made significant contact, although as we look at the front of the car, maybe not as heavy as it appeared, but anytime you go head first into the wall on the backstretch here,
well, the back of the car, all kinds of beat up. Let's have the replay here, down into the corner. Pete Shepard Jr. gets jacked up from behind. He gets shoved into the 17 of DJ Kennington, and the action's on.
This will be awesome on board with Jason Hathaway. Bumper cars in turn one.
Wow, it's hard to say who started that one. We had cars jacking each other up all over the place, and then the 23 goes across the nose of the 3. He must not have known the 3 was there.
How unfortunate is that, Billy? You think you're through the wreck, and you get into another one.
Well, you just relax a little bit down the back stretch, and bang, here comes a race car.
There were still some cars going a pretty fair clip after that as well. That could have been another sizable accident. As we see Lapcevich's car being pushed in, Shepard getting serviced by the crew. They're telling him to get going.
Well, they cut some pieces off the back of the 7 National Exhaust car. Don't go away. Don Thompson's in command.